Welcome back. Time now it's 7:14 and it's a quiet start to our morning. We are dealing with plenty of clouds ahead of our first weather system, which will arrive in a few hours. It is mild temperatures in the lower 70s and the humidity is beginning to go up. Dew points are in the upper 60s because our winds are out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour. So we're beginning to see that onshore flow across the area. Here's a look at your temperatures. 71 in Belle Chase and Grand Isle, 74 in Galliano. North Shore area starting off a bit cooler. 63 in Lacombe, 65 in Slidell, good morning, and 64 degrees in Hammond. And winds are really not that bad. I do expect them to pick up as we go through the afternoon and especially as we go through the overnight ahead of our next cold front. But we are dealing with some winds. We're looking at winds at 10 miles per hour at Shell Beach, the wind gust, and then 9 miles per hour out in Belle Chase. Now for today, again, the humidity is going to continue to climb because of the direction of the winds. When that cold front exits the area later on tomorrow, it is going to pull in drier and less humid air, and it looks like that less humid air will stick around as we go through our Wednesday before the humidity begins to climb Thursday and Friday. So tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon rather, we're actually looking at a beautiful day across our forecast area. So as we take a look at the setup, you're looking at the radar and satellite. Here's our first weather system, and that's going to continue to push to the east. We'll begin to see some scattered showers. Some downpours are possible across the area. So if you are heading out to the festival, especially later on this afternoon into the evening hours, bring the umbrella with you just in case. I do think it will remain dry in the metro area as we go through the morning and the early afternoon hours. So taking a look here locally, I'm not tracking any showers, probably some sprinkles on the North Shore, but for the most part, many of us are starting off our Saturday morning dry. Now, as we zoom things out here, here's our next cold front way out to the west here, really hanging over Texas, and that is going to blow through as we go through the overnight hours. A line of showers, some intense thunderstorms are certainly possible as we go through that time frame. And the water vapor imagery showing an upper level trough beginning to develop here, and that is going to push that cold front as we go through the overnight. So here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast, just really timing things out here. The rain coverage will continue to go up as we get closer to noon. We're looking at a 70 to 80% as we go through that time frame. Temperatures are actually going to remain pretty mild, climbing into the upper 70s today, and then tonight we're looking at our temperatures falling into the 60s across the area. And in terms of temperatures, that's exactly where we need to be for this time of the season. Normally 78, and we'll be close to that in many spots as we go through your afternoon. Now, there is a severe weather risk as that cold front moves through. It was upgraded to a slight risk, which is a level 2 for the entire area, and potential threats include heavy rain, which could cause some flooding issues, and large hail with those stronger thunderstorms. Strong damaging winds certainly possible, and cannot rule out some spin-ups, an isolated tornado as we go through the overnight. And talking about flooding issues, there's also a slight risk for the entire area where we could see scattered street flooding and also a flood watch for many spots, especially on the North Shore as we go through your Saturday morning into early Sunday morning, where many spots could pick up between 1 to 3 inches of rainfall with locally higher amounts. And we all know that could definitely cause some issues across our forecast area. So taking a look at things, timing things out, plenty of clouds. We'll begin to see a few isolated showers as we go through noon. Later on this afternoon, we're looking at between 4 and 6. Pockets of heavy rain certainly possible, especially north of Lake Pontchartrain. There'll be a lull in the pattern, and then as we get closer to midnight, here comes that cold front out of the northwest, and we'll see a line of intense storms. Some supercells definitely possible where we could see some spin-ups, and that will blow through as we go through the overnight hours. Heavy rain in a few locations, and I do think this cold front will be pretty fast as it goes through the overnight hours. And then as we get closer to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we'll begin to see that cold front move through the area, improving conditions. Plenty of clouds as we go through your Sunday morning, but less humid air, drier air beginning to move in. It'll be breezy tomorrow, but then we'll see sunshine as we go through your Sunday afternoon. Now, rainfall totals, many spots picking up between 1 to 2 inches. And as I mentioned before, 3 inches certainly possible with locally higher amounts, and that could cause some flooding problems. So keep that in mind for today. So here's a look at your 7-day. Upper 70s today, 60% coverage for showers and storms this afternoon. Rain coverage goes up tonight when that cold front moves through. And then we're looking at clearing conditions as we go through your Sunday afternoon. Temperatures in the mid 70s.